seltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. We got the peach, we got the watermelon, we got the pina colada, and the blue raspberry. We're also available in over 200 stores in the state of Florida and Tennessee. And if you're heading out to the Major League ballparks this summer, make sure to check us out in the Miami Marlins Stadium, as well as Tropicana Field, home to the Tampa Bay Rays, as well as the Tampa Bay Rowdies. We are live inside all three stadiums. So if you're down in Florida this year, check us out. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin' Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Holloway, Papa G with the traffic,
How you feel?
Not good.
Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News, everybody, bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. Top of the show, I want to talk about yesterday's episode. We've gotten a ton of DMs from it, and yeah, Lucinda from Moinkbox is the truth, dude. What a crazy show yesterday. She was a blast. Typically, we don't talk about what goes on off air that much, but I will in this case. She flew in specifically for the show and then immediately flew right back out, back to Missouri, back to her employees and all that stuff, and couldn't be more grateful. It was an amazing episode. She really does live that life, D'Anthony.
Yeah, she's not fucking around.
No, dude. No. And a lot of people asked, is this a potential wife, a lover, or a sister of D'Anthony's? And I was like, no, but you guys are definitely cut from the same cloth.
What cloth is that?
Steel. I mean, you guys are two hard people, dude. And it was an awesome fucking show yesterday. Support her. Support that company. It's fantastic. Go to moinkbox.com/drinkinbros. That is moinkbox.com/drinkinbros. Love that episode just as much as you guys yesterday. We saw all the messages and everything else. So cheers to you guys. And cheers to you, Lucinda. In the meantime, what do you got there, D'Anthony?
There's a box here. Can you turn my headphone volume up? I don't know why this continues to get fucked with every single time we do a show. It seems weird that it does.
Is it just yours, you think?
I don't know.
Because it could be
well,
you
we know
that
it's the
they're fucking
cameras,
with.
too. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
But it can only be adjusted from over there, so I don't think it's me. But some fan, Raquel White, who's in the chat right now, by the way.
Oh, shit. What's up, Raquel? I know her. She rocks.
She sent something and asked that it be opened on the show live.
Okay.
So I can't.
We'll do it.
I don't know what's going to happen here, if we're going to finally get banned permanently.
Fuck, I don't know.
So we'll see, right?
I don't know. What if is it nudes of her?
It could be, yeah.
I don't know her relationship status.
There's a card. I don't read, so I don't believe in that stuff.
I'll read it. Throw me the card.
Yeah.
I'll read it. There we go. Boom. You open up the rest of the box. I'll read the card live on air.
It's packed well. There's some tissue in there.
Oh, look at that. That is nice.
I feel like there's glitter.
Oh, this is to you, it says. I'm not even on here. It says Dan, and then you open it up, and it says, "Get fucked" in all caps with a smiley face. So
there's glitter in there, so I'm not opening that.
There's not anything else in there?
There's a T-shirt that says something, but I'm not going to open it in here and get glitter all over all my things. So. Nice try, asshole.
Is she in the chat right now? Giorgio, grab the box and open it. I got to know what's in here now.
I mean, it's just a T-shirt. I think it said Remnant or something like that. On
okay. Bob, come on up here. Where did Giorgio go? Did he dump out? Is he dumping out? Yeah. I mean, we had a good 20 minutes in between shows, you know? Let's get your shit together here.
He's a very busy man.
Well, he eats a full fucking pizza every goddamn day. So the pizza might be here.
Whatever's in there, just dump it out on the floor.
I've never seen a human being eat an entire pizza every single day, by the way. Oh, the shirt's got glitter on it. Okay.
Yeah, there's just a pile of glitter in there.
Repents, and it's a butt plug Who is on that butt plug? Is that
Jesus Christ?
Jesus Christ. Okay, and it's good that the Catholic kid is holding that too. So that's nice. Beautiful T-shirt. Yes. I'm a big fan of that. I know her. She's great, dude. Cheers. That's really fucking funny, dude. Look at that. What a great way to start the day today, you know? I thought we were going to start it on a downer, but it turns out we're not, and we're going to start it on an upper today. Quick discussion before we went on air today. I'm in the opinion that Creed fucks. Every time Arms Wide Open comes on, I'm all in on that song. Curious your thoughts here in the chat. They're going out on tour, and we've been sent that link this morning numerous times. I think I'd go see Creed, but the drugs would have to be somewhat aggressive, I think. It would have to be an aggressive. I don't think I could go to that sober whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to be sober.
Well, aren't they a Christian band, or is that was that a false flag?
I mean, the whole time he was a Christian band, he was banging Waffle House waitresses, you know.
But was he single?
No.
He was. Oh, he was married.
Yeah.
Bob, can you fact check that? Was the lead singer of Creed indeed a religious man, and was he cheating on his wife all these years?
I'm going with one caveat.
Okay.
If they redo the Cowboys Thanksgiving Day performance.
It was a good one. That was a real goddamn good one. Can you name a better Thanksgiving Day performance than that?
I can't.
I can't either. Creed fucks, dude. Creed pulls out their penises and they fuck.
Well, in 2014, he may be a Christian.
Oh, he is, for sure.
I mean,
because it says Creed frontman
Scott Stapp.
Scott Stapp.
Stapp.
Mr. Stapp to you.
Threatened to kill wife and children to save them from Satan in drug-fueled paranoia. Now, that's according to the divorce papers.
Well,
he was, at least in 2014, homeless, broke, and living in a Holiday Inn.
Ah, okay. And then he came. How did he come out of that?
Was this before or after the fame?
After.
Well after.
Well after the fame. Well, after the 2014. It was about 15 years after the fame. Because Arms Wide Open was probably, what, 99, 2000, somewhere in there?
Yeah, it was late 90s, I think.
And then what happened? Did they get back together or did they get divorced?
They for sure got divorced. He does have a new album out, I guess.
Great.
The Space Between the Shadows.
I'm sure it's amazing, full of bangers, top to bottom.
You can get the CD or vinyl at Walmart.
Gonna get the CD, obviously, and pop that in my vehicle.
Yes, I mean, Scott's doing all right.
So he's back. Scott Stapp is back. Creed is back.
Yeah.
Great.
Never left.
Great. Do you know why he's back, Bob?
Why?
Because through Christ, anything is possible. And that's what Creed believes in.
Tell that to the kids that keep dying from cancer, though.
I've tried. I can only do so much. Podcast host, lover, friend, husband, championship soccer coach. There's only so many things that I can do. I just need to read the news at this point. That's it. That's about it in today's life. Top story. Can someone get Mitch some cocaine? Got to get Cocaine Mitch back up again. Mitch glitched out, dude. He glitched out.
Yeah, I wonder if it wasn't, maybe there was just not a fatal amount, but just a little bit of fentanyl in his cocaine this morning.
Not sure, but Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell appeared to suddenly, stroke out? Can we just say stroke out on camera?
It looked like a stroke, like an ischema or something to me, right? Because he was able to stay upright and shit, so it wasn't like people think of seizures as just some dude flopping around on the ground or whatever, but there's different types. That's what it looked like to me.
Right. We'll show you right here, and you guys can make your own judgments. Go ahead and play this clip, Bob. Yeah. If you're wondering why there's no volume on this, there's no volume coming out of Mitch himself. Completely froze up, was unable to say a word or make a sound, by the way, and that was extremely odd as well, because usually if you're stroking out in the middle of this, there would be a long gasp of breath or something happening, and then his aides rush in and realize something's wrong, and then at the end here, somebody ends up eventually making a statement for him before getting him out of here completely. Now, I haven't heard today any updates. Do we actually know what happened? Was there any confirmation? Or are we just going to pretend like this
you
is
can
a
watch this
Fetterman
video.
sitch and see what happens?
If you this video and both of those videos have audio. I don't know why it wasn't playing, but
Okay. Let's see this one.
Well, the president called to check on me. I told him I got sandbagged.
Oh, nice. How are you feeling now, sir? How are you feeling now?
Have you seen a doctor? Or are you going to see
Any
a
idea
doctor?
what happened?
Huh?
Any idea what happened?
I'm fine. That's the
Dehydrated?
Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah,
Is that
so
today?
That was yesterday, a couple of hours after his little event. Yeah.
Boy. I mean, look, guys, we've said this a million times about Biden. You guys are just too old for this fucking shit. Like, I'm sorry. Exit stage left. We're all done with this. Like, you're 81 years old. I can't figure out for the life of me. Like, last night I was really thinking about this. I was struggling. Why do you want to continue to do this fucking job, dude, at 81 years old when this is what your life has been reduced to? Retire. Enjoy the last couple years of your life somewhere on a beach. I don't understand wanting to stay in shithole Washington, D.C., to be shuttled around by a bunch of aides to do this type of shit. I don't understand with Biden. I don't understand with him. There's got to be an age limit. We've got to get these fucking people out of there.
Do you understand with Trump?
No. Trump is too alert at some points where you're like, what the fuck is he on that these guys aren't?
Dexatrim. He takes diet pills.
Does he?
Yeah.
Hop him up then.
Yeah.
Make these people full of life. Like, that motherfucker can go forever. It's like a Stones concert with Trump where it's like the rallies are so goddamn long and it's so hot out there. Like, we've been. I don't understand what's happened to these other guys, or if there's just a certain moment where you're gone and then you're gone forever and there's no coming back.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, dementia it takes a lot of forms. Sometimes it's slow and gradual. Sometimes it's a pretty rapid decline. But he's 81, right?
Yeah.
I mean, would otherwise be considered unemployable. Mm-hmm. No, if somebody showed up today to take one of these guys' jobs and they were 81, it would be like pretty easy just to tell them to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Although I may have to say it louder because their hearing's bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody would hire that person, but we hire them to run the country. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, it's wild to me. And like, look, I know there's been arguments about this all day on the right and the left about age, and some people were bitching about ageism and making fun of these people and everything else. You wouldn't get made fun of if you were able to speak and do your job correctly, because that's what you are paid to do for our fucking government, for Christ's sakes. But we talked about this on RPR earlier. Like, Mick Jagger turned 80. There's a difference, man. Like, Mick can just go and go and go, and he's fine. Some people can't. If you're in the position that you can't continue to do your job anymore, you've got to step down and get the fuck out of here. This is the third person now we've gone through in the last 2 months with this shit. Feinstein, Biden, McConnell. Is Nancy Pelosi out of there? What's her sitch? Does she retire?
I haven't seen her in a while.
I haven't either. I think she stepped down, right, and gave it to Hakeem Jeffries. Is she out of there, Bud?
As minority leader, yeah.
She's not leading the party in the House anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, and so she at least got out of there before it got bad, right? She was all jacked up on Adderall and shit like that, but she was still able to continue on. And then it must have reached a moment where she was like, oh, shit, I got to get the fuck out of here. But it hasn't with these three guys so far. And we need to push them out, get them down the hallway or the stairs or whatever it is, and move on with our lives.
There's this old Viking custom called Etterstup, right? And it's
what is that?
Once you become a burden on society, old, sick, crippled, whatever, you go jump off a fucking cliff. And it's like an honorable thing to do, right? Because you're saving people.
Sure. So that with Mitch, Cocaine Mitch, you say, hey, it's time. Just go to that cliff. Do you give him an address? Is it like the Japanese suicide forest where you're like, here's the address, and I think you should go and walk off this cliff?
No, I think we should do it like 300. In Congress, there's just a giant, like 500-foot pit in the middle. Mm-hmm. And once it's your time, you just jump into the pit. And then, several thousand years down the road, somebody will excavate this and find a bunch of bones at the bottom and think, oh, there was some kind of ritualistic burying. It's like, no, that's just where we throw old, useless cunts.
Or when you become, you're in the freshman class and you have this orientation. I know Herm Edwards used to do this for NFL players, where he said, look, your life is going to change. You're going to get rich. You're going to have all the things and everything else. Just know that this is a job. Try not to fuck it up and be grateful for the opportunities, invest your money wisely and all that other shit. I think the same thing should happen with these people when they come into Congress or Senate, where they sit there and they say, look, guys, if you want to term this out and go as far as you can go, just know if you get too old, we will throw you into the pit at a certain point, or you retire before you stroke out live on stage like that, or else we're going to throw you in the fucking pit. I think that's a fair trade.
Have you seen Logan's Run? Do you know what that is?
Long time ago. Yes. Great movie. Great movie.
It's Michael York, right? The guy that played, remember that dude from Austin Powers? The dude that was his Q, basically, in Austin Powers? That's Michael York. So the premise of this movie is when you're born into this, I guess you could call it a dystopian society, you're born with a jewel in your palm, and it's clear. And then when you turn a certain age, the jewel turns red, and assassins come after you and murder you.
That's right. That's right. And we remade it too. I think that's fine. So with all this shit, like either retire, go enjoy your life on a beach and just enjoy yourself, or they're going to throw you in a fiery pit in front of everybody and let everybody chant. Let all the sides get together. It would bring both parties together because you're waiting to see this death. And right now, there should be two. Actually, there's one from each party right now who should have been pushed in this pit.
At a minimum. I really think maybe some, instead of retirement for politicians at 65, it's forced labor for the rest of their life.
Oof.
Right?
Gross.
Why not?
Breaking rocks and shit?
Yeah.
I think you should be able to voluntarily
It'll
leave
give
and
them.
go home.
I think some of these people, like a lot of them, don't want to give up the power that they have. And I'm sure to some degree their families don't want to give up the access that they have so they can continue insider trading and shit, right? That's probably part of it. But part of it is, when older people retire, they tend to go downhill pretty quickly, especially men, and they die relatively quickly after that. So
because you're not doing your
you're not
job
doing something.
anymore, you have a purpose.
You need a purpose in life. So let's give them purpose. Turn those big rocks into little ones until your fucking heart gives out, you old bitch. So,
is there an age that you're going to check out? Just be like, hey, dude, I'm all done with this. Have you thought about it?
If I became a burden to other people, I would kill myself. Yes.
Okay. But you'd also have. What if you couldn't? What if you stroked out and you're in a chair?
I'll find a way.
Do you want me to send an assassin for you?
Or
do you want me to do it for you?
Everyone should learn Morse code. So you can blink, kill me over and
tap
over.
Tap it, yeah. Who was it? Breaking Bad, the old guy in the chair, dude, tapping on the bell. Eventually, he got his wish and he fucking blew up.
As long as I've got one pinky that still works right, I'll be able to kill myself. I feel pretty confident about that.
Okay. Well, Mitch is headed there. Just get these fucking people out of there, dude. All of them. Feinstein, Mitch, Biden, all of it. If you're alive and alert, nobody's really going to give a shit. Fuck, man. Who did I meet at that White House trip? There was look up a guy named Dick Burr. His name is Richard Burr in North Carolina. He was the rep for North Carolina. Old as shit. And I remember looking at everybody. I was like, God damn, these fuckers are old. And somebody overheard me, and they were like, it was like one of his aides, I think. And they were like, oh, he's retiring this year. And I was like, thank God. How old is that guy? That's a really good picture of him, dude. It's a really good picture of him. Check his age.
He is. He was born in 1955, so he's what, like not even 70, 68?
68.
Yeah.
Great. That's age. It is. That's a great retirement age. Why are these people hanging on until fucking 81 years old? Like, nuts, man. Nuts.
Maybe we should have a PET test.
You think so?
Yeah. You got to be able to do 10 pull-ups to serve in Congress.
Yeah.
The presidential physical fitness test.
Yeah.
Because let's say you did it, like you brought up Trump earlier.
Or
let's say you did do that age.
Yeah.
It would be down to probably Gavin Newsom on the left and Vivek Ramaswamy on the right.
Well, I don't think either one of those guys has too much upper body strength, frankly. And I think they both probably also sit down to pee. Just based on the way they look.
Maybe. Maybe,
Sorry.
but
it's not tough guys.
That's the age, yeah.
There's
That's
no
the
John
age.
Waynes anymore. John Wayne wasn't even John Wayne. It's all been an illusion for a long time.
Tiny
now.
man.
No,
Tiny
it wasn't
man.
tiny.
Are you sure?
He was a draft dodger.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I had flat feet. I'm like, oh, thanks, John.
Well, he did have little tiny feet, dude. That's the smallest feet I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, for a guy that made
For a man.
his money pretended to be a tough guy, he sure was a bitch.
I agree that the USC football player probably was not physically fit enough for the Army.
Was he?
He's being sarcastic. So John Wayne was a football player at USC.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And
he was a football player at USC?
Still got a deferment.
No shit.
yeah.
Because
He's
of
a
flat feet?
biggity bitch.
Man,
And that's
I
what
did
you
not
should
know that about
expect
him.
from a guy named Marion Morrison, to be honest. That's his
And
real name.
by the way, the war he dodged was World War II.
Yeah, it wasn't
wow.
Vietnam.
Because
Wasn't
they were
Vietnam.
so out in LA. They were we got a Drinkin' Bro of the week who's coming up here at the end, but he'll be able to say this. So out in LA, there's an airport called John Wayne Airport.
Yeah, in Orange County.
Right. So they want to rename it, but it was only because he was racist. I didn't know about the other shit. Like
Well, nobody cares he's a draft dodger.
in California,
So's fucking Trump. Trump's a draft dodger, too.
California's just like, yo, fuck it, we're cool with that. But that racist shit you said, that we need to take your name off the airport for that.
I think maybe
great.
let's just release, like, I don't know, a bunch of mountain lions and bears in D.C. You know what I mean?
See what happens?
Like, if you can survive for it's like the purge, except for it goes on for like 2 months. Instead of campaigning and all this shit, whomever survives, you get to have the power for that year.
I think it'd be fun. Put it like a J6 where you just lock the doors.
Yeah, it'd be better than all these, useless elderly pieces of shit, frankly. I feel like we should probably be led by somebody who could lead us in combat.
By the way, I think the shaman's coming on the show.
Oh, good.
Did you hear about that?
Hear about what?
I get a call about having the shaman on.
Okay.
And I was like, bring him on. I don't know what he looks like without the helmet on, though. I don't know what he looks like without the Viking
Well, how do you know
helmet.
he's not going to be wearing it?
I hope he is. That'd be so great, wouldn't it? I think somebody said he's bald. Look up the QAnon shaman. Yeah, is he bald? Yeah. It's weird. With a Viking helmet, you automatically picture braids. But I don't think that's the case with him.
Yeah, I think that's if you're a Viking and you go bald, it's another Etchestoop kind of situation. You got to jump off the cliff, bud.
Yeah. Oh, shit, you're right. There you
They
go.
didn't have a weave back then.
Look at that, dude. Oh, it was the long, flowy fucking raccoon shit.
Well, no wonder he's wearing all that stupid shit.
Looks like Uncle Rico without it. It looks so cool with the Viking shit on. And then without it, well, there's just a dude who's working at Staples, you know? You need a fax machine, sir? It's aisle 13. That's exactly what that guy looks like.
To be honest, it looks like a wanted poster on the left. I know he was technically wanted
He
for
really
a while,
was,
but
yeah.
it looks like a pretty run-of-the-mill wanted poster. He doesn't look like if I see this guy on the left, I'm not thinking, that's a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I pull my toddler a little closer to me as we're walking down the street.
Yeah. We'll ask him when he comes on, and we'll ask him about it. The one who said no was Eric Estrada's publicist.
You need to get this guy's lawyer.
Oh, that guy's lawyer? He'd be great.
The one that called him a retard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did he say? He said the word retard, right? In court?
He said retard, but he said these guys are basically short bus riders.
That's it.
But he also used the word retard in the second sentence.
Because I thought he was saying, like, hey, man, my client was all hopped up on retard juice for a while. And it turns out that he didn't say that. That was just all in my mind.
What is retard juice?
It's, we tried to put a patent on, we tried to put a trademark on it, but they wouldn't allow it. They struck it down. I thought it would be awesome to have an energy drink called retard juice. Because, I mean, if you're going to get hopped up, is there anything you want to be strong, like pre-workout? Give me that fucking can of retard juice. I'm going nuts today. I'm going for PRs all day. Boom, boom, boom.
I bet there's something close to it.
You think so?
Probably.
Tardo juice?
Goofy juice.
Goof juice?
I mean, original Four
Goof juice
Loko
would be
was
sweet.
kind of that.
Close. It had the caffeine in it, but it had the 14%, which is, boom. If we get an original can of that, it'd be great. I asked my fraternity brother who invented it, I go, you got to have some stashed away somewhere. And he goes, no, man, I gave that shit up years ago. So he doesn't have it.
I think the FBI probably took that
Yeah,
stuff.
they took a lot of shit.
They took it for their party.
Yeah, they sure did. Sure did. Next up, we got the Hernandez hermanos. Dennis DJ Hernandez. the older brother of Aaron Hernandez, has been arrested again, this time after cops say there was concern that he had been planning school shootings at UConn and Brown University. Now, the disturbing allegations are all spelled out in a new Bristol Police Department document obtained by TMZ Sports. I talked about this on RPR the other day, but we couldn't find these docs, so they're out now. It says here, cops say that DJ showed signs this month of being gravely disabled and a danger to society. According to the BPD, it's fun and flirty, several people came forward in early July claiming DJ had been acting erratically and sending alarming text messages, including one that allegedly read, "We're taking lives if shit isn't paid up. It's been years in planning, just taking notes, names, and location. They talk their way into this, and it's almost point game."
I think game point is
probably what he meant to say.
He might
there.
be a little dyslexic as
That's
well.
Fine. That's fine. Good for him.
What shit isn't paid up? I don't understand what he's referring to exactly.
Could be revenge, could be old salary. So what we did find out was with UConn and Brown in particular, he worked for them, right, Bob? Was he a coach for these guys?
So he played for UConn. He coached for Brown and Iowa and someone else. But yeah, he played for UConn. And actually, Aaron Hernandez almost went to UConn, but then Urban swooped in and was
sure
like,
did, dude.
"Hey, killer, come on
Yeah,
down."
come win a natty with Daddy Urban here. Pop that pick up on screen right there. Oof. Look at the other one. You got Aaron Hernandez, great looking dude, and then you got the fucking goof troop brother there.
He's fine.
He's all right.
And he was quarterback for UConn for a while.
Nah. You know. Brother's a superstar, making $10 million a year. Quarterback at UConn. Was it an FBS school? Are they out of that yet, or are they back in real big boy college football now?
Who knows, man?
Who fucking knows?
Nobody cares. So
I think they're joining the Big 12.
No, they're not. They actually downgraded themselves.
Did they?
Yeah, football's going D2.
For football? I think Jim Moore is the coach now. I would fact check that.
He is, and they downgraded themselves to go to the FCS.
So he also posted, I guess, in social media last week sometime, "Will I kill? Absolutely. I've warned my enemies, so pay up front." Again, pay what exactly? Like, is he unhappy with his contract?
Or is he selling drugs and he wants the money up front before
But
he
he's
drops
talking
off
to
drugs?
two universities, because he also drove by these places and went into some of their facilities, Brown and UConn.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
And then they went to arrest him sometime last week. I think it was Thursday or Friday last week. And cops say they tried to get him to come out of his house, but he told them that he was, quote, on foot, armed, and that if we approached him, he would kill us all. A short time later, he exited the residence. According to cops, he began advancing toward the police with his hands outstretched to his side. That sounds like a suicide by cop thing. Yeah, he says he began yelling, "Shoot me," and disregarded the numerous police commands. Then he got tasered, and they arrested him.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I wish we had some of that footage. That'd be a good time. Because that doc's coming out on Netflix in, 2 weeks? Swamp Kings?
Maybe that's what he's talking about. Maybe he didn't get paid for that.
He didn't get any royalties from it. Or he's SAG, and he's on strike, and he's just like, "Hey, dude, pay me. Pay me. I'm not gonna break. I'm not gonna be a scab."
Guerrilla marketing for the strike.
I like it. I'm excited for that doc to come out.
So he's being held on $250,000 bond right now for threatening and breach of peace. That seems like a pretty high bond for those two crimes, doesn't it?
Well, if you're threatening to shoot up a school, I think that's probably where it's at these days.
Maybe.
I think his brother will pay this. Oh, fuck, he's dead. He hung himself. Shit.
I wonder if this dude's gay as well.
That's what I wonder, man.
Like down low gay, like his brother was?
We were chatting about this the other day. I think both of them were abused by their father. I don't know whether it was sexual or not, or was it just physical?
The father, I don't think, was sexual, but DJ was molested by a babysitter when he was 6. And then molested for years by said babysitter.
A boy or a girl?
A male babysitter, and it was bad.
God. Shit. These fucks just kind of lost their mind over the years, At least Aaron had a sweet way out, though,
What, suicide?
No, just took a couple people with him, along the way.
Yeah, but I don't think that was his intent. He would have gone on murdering, I think, had he not been caught.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I always wonder that. If you're just going to keep murdering or if you're like, you know what? I've capped out at enough murders. Like, I'm all good in this life.
I don't think people...
Stop murdering?
He didn't stop after the first one.
Yeah. I don't think it's like, oh, thank God I got away with that one. I'm going to fucking live clean from here on out. I think it's like, it's not that easy.
Yeah.
To catch a murderer, apparently. You know, like 60% of murders get solved, maybe? Something like that.
That's what I hear.
I had to Google this the other day. It might have been when we were talking about DJ on RPR, but it's literally 50-50 in the United States.
Yeah.
Man.
So, I mean, just don't kill anybody you know, and don't be an idiot, and you could probably get away with it, is all I'm saying. I'm not telling you to go kill people.
Don't Google how to kill someone, and you're almost sure to get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you need to Google how to kill somebody, I don't think you're ready to kill somebody yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you should already know that.
It's like
I agree.
If you're having to Google the mechanics of sex, you're probably too young or dumb to be having sex.
Yeah,
kind of same thing.
yeah. I feel the same way. Like, he should know how to murder. And his brother was a professional murderer. So it's like,
well,
hey,
not
is that not passed down in the genes?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. Because the Ring camera was fucking on.
Well, the Ring was on in the other one. And then the Ring was on in one. And I think the other one, didn't he spit out his own chewing gum next to the body? Yeah. You were just like, bro, what the fuck, man?
Well, you know.
He got off those other murders, though. Good for him.
Only because he's dead. You can't try a dead person.
Well, no. Baez got him off the double murder. And, that's why he killed himself, allegedly, was if he got off the double murders, then the other one wouldn't stick, and then his fiance and kid could get the signing bonus from the Patriots, which I think was $10 million. So, smart way to go out. I'm sure Baez took $3 million, and then, wife and kid got the other $7 million. That's all you can hope for in that. You're serving life anyways. What the fuck do you care? I heard there was some fun blood inscriptions on the walls of his own blood before he died, too. It was maybe a psalm from a Bible or something like that. So, good way to go out.
Yeah. Why not?
And if you're going to do that at home, do it in the comfort of a nice mattress. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. I'm not telling you to kill yourself. Don't kill yourself. But if you have to, if the lawman is coming and you've done something bad and you're like, I'm going to check out before serving a life sentence, do it in comfort. 50% off the bundle package right now. That's the adjustable base and the mattress combined together. The most popular version of that is the Split King, which comes with 2 remote controls instead of 1, but has all the goddamn fun. You can go upsy, downsy, all aroundsies with that. And if your lover goes to sleep before or after you, well, you can just hit the button, dude, and control your own destiny at night. Now, if you're saying, Ross, I've already got the adjustable base, fuck right off. Well, that's fine, but you still need a new mattress, you dirt bag. Pull the sheets off your mattress and look at that disgusting thing that you've been sleeping on. I promise you it's not pretty. Get yourself a new mattress. You're going to get 40% off. The promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout, plus 2 free luxury pillows with that mattress. And the pillows are just as good as the goddamn mattress. They've also got mattresses for RVs now, which is nice. RVs are expensive. They're $90,000. They give you a fucking prison mattress for those goddamn things. I don't know why. Get a nice one from Ghostbed. The sheets are amazing, weighted blankets. They got everything you need for a brand new bedroom set inside your house. Plus, it's hot as fuck across America. Cooling mattress, cooling pillows. About 15 degrees cooler than the rest of your house. It's amazing. Plus, when you check out, you're going to see a 3-year pay-as-you-go program. No interest as long as you have decent credit. When you check that box, all the deals that I mentioned are applicable with the 3-year pay-as-you-go program. And guess what, dude? You can really fucking ring them up. Put 50 items in the cart. Stretch it out over 3 years. They're forced to give it to you. Exploit their weaknesses. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Next up, got some EU travel restrictions. That's fun. Beginning in 2024, the European Union will require visitors to get pre-approval via the European Travel Information and Authorization System. I don't even know what that is.
Authorization.
I don't know what that is. It's not spelled as authorization.
It's got an S instead of a Z.
Yeah, is that the way they spell it over there?
In Europe, yeah, they spell it wrong.
Gross.
That's what you're asking.
Gross.
Yeah.
Fuck those people, dude.
Yeah, this is This one's pretty funny, to be honest, to me. So before securing tickets, lodging, or reservation,
is this real?
Yeah, you're gonna have to submit on ETIAS, the European whatever the fuck authorization system, and it's cost you $8.
Same as the Twitter Blue.
Yeah. Applicants will need to provide their travel docs, their passport, so on and so forth, as well as their personal information, their education level, their current occupation, their trip details, and any criminal convictions they might have. While most applicants are processed within minutes, some take longer to yield a decision, which means you can be rejected. And the European Union advises visitors to apply well in advance, 14 to 30 days in advance.
Is anybody traveling to Europe?
Yeah, a lot of people travel to Europe.
No shit. But everybody that travels to Europe now has to do this bullshit?
That's correct. And by the way, this is what makes this so incredibly stupid. These idiots, especially in Germany and Spain and a couple of other countries, are being overrun by African migrants, right? And if you listen to people who are second and third generation African migrants into the EU, they're fucking pissed because like these are fucking criminals and shit.
Yeah.
Like this is their words, not mine. I don't know what's what, but they have been accepting pretty much any asshole that wants to come into the country, just like we are here in the United States. And once they finally decide to make some kind of law about it, it's to see what fucking people from the United States ate for breakfast before they can come over. To me, this all seems like goes along with this narrative of coordinated efforts to fucking just cripple all of Western society. That seems what it's.
Why though? That's what I can't figure out.
Know.
Why do you want to destroy your own society with all this bullshit? I've been seeing these articles pop up about the far right has been taking over, I guess, the politics over in Spain and some other countries. So this is probably what it's over then, I would imagine, because a lot of it's immigration. I did not know about this stupid shit here. But there's a lot of people who aren't going to know that this even exists. I didn't know this exists. That's why I asked if this was real or fake news.
This is why the UK voted to leave the EU back in the day, because of stupid shit like this, and it's why no country should ever accept any kind of foreign control over their fucking internal politics.
Yeah,
because this is the kind of stupid shit you get. Yeah, I mean, I am very curious why Germany, who every couple of fucking decades tries to take over the entire world, needs to know what my fucking education level is before I can go there. You know what I mean? Did you ask fucking Mbappe or whatever the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What his education level was before he fucking snuck into your goddamn country and then you fucking subsidize his entire family to come over? Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you people.
Yeah, this is a wild one to me because there's going to be a ton of people who just don't know that this exists. If you didn't put this story in the news, and again, Dan writes the fake news every week here. If you didn't put this story in, I wouldn't even known about it. There's been no press, anything about this whatsoever. The other part of this is the $8 fee. Where does that go?
It's a processing fee.
No, I understand that, but you're not really processing anything. One,
No.
Two, it goes somewhere. Somebody's going to get the $8 from everybody that travels to Europe. Everybody travels.
Here's the more important question. How does the EU get access to my criminal record to verify if what I said is true or not? Because they wouldn't have this system if they weren't able to.
Right.
So what right does the EU have to look into my fucking criminal background or my background in any way, right? Which means it kind of implies, I don't think this thing's live yet, but what it implies is that you're going to give some kind of approval for them to run a background check like you would for a job, right?
Yeah.
And that ain't happening, buddy. Fuck that. Like you're going to give foreign governments access to your personal information? Are you fucking kidding me? Why the fuck would anybody do that?
I'm not really sure here because the other part of this is the U.S. would then have to agree to give your information to them.
Yeah.
And that's fucked as well. Because why would we be sharing our own citizens' data with an entire and be like, oh, hey, don't worry about it. I'm sure it's going to be on a safe, secure server and nothing's ever going to happen with this shit.
Wouldn't that be something, though? Because we don't even require that for people coming here.
No.
Forget about all the illegal immigration that's happening. We don't require that from anybody that comes here on a visa, right? Unless you're from a country that's known for terrorism or something like that, then there's a little bit more scrutiny. But for the most part, pretty much anybody can get a fucking visa to come to the U.S.
Or
it's not very difficult.
You can just go down to the border right below us, pull your dick out, and hop into that river, and you're good, dude.
I think this is one of those precursors to the global digital ID.
Well, that was supposed to happen for a long time, and it kept getting pushed. Remember, we were supposed to have that universal ID. What was it? I think 2020, Bob. When was that thing supposed to come out?
Well, the real ID is
it's still a thing.
Yeah, the real ID. That's just the real ID is not that. That real ID is it has certain security measures that makes it more difficult to compromise. That's not
okay, but it's not the same thing as
no.
But doesn't that have all your information the same way?
No.
Okay.
This is a digital ID. Think of it as like a digital CV, like your resume, but it's all your biographical information, all of your financial information, all of your criminal information that would just be available to anybody that wanted it.
Fuck that, dude. They're going to shoot this down, right? This won't go through.
No, this is already done.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah, the EU has already passed this, and there's nobody inside the EU that's got enough clout to buck it.
So who's on it? If England isn't, who's a member of the EU then? Everybody else?
I mean, what are there, 27 or 17 or some shit countries? I don't remember.
Jesus Christ.
Ireland, I think.
Ireland's on there?
I think so, yeah.
We just lost Sinead O'Connor yesterday, dude. I don't want to hear that.
Well, Sinead O'Connor was a fucking, she converted to Islam, right? Why is everybody praising this woman like she's some kind of fucking hero?
She is.
No, she is a crazy person.
No, Dan, she's a
She
fucking
was right
hero,
one
dude.
time and then converted to Islam.
Hey, dude.
Shut the fuck up forever.
You learn and you live. And Sinead learned and lived, and she fought the good fight.
She didn't need any
history.
She didn't need any bacon downstream. That's the problem for me, right?
That's your beef with her.
No, that's my pork with her.
No, that's true. That's true. What are you say, Bob?
24?
24/7?
Is it 24 or 27?
I've got 27.
Okay.
Okay.
So 27 countries. I mean, most of mainland Europe.
Damn, dude. Because I was going to fly over for the funeral. I was going to go to Sinead's funeral. Well, I guess I can.
I wouldn't recommend it.
No, I mean, if this isn't taken into effect till 2024, then I'm fine. I'm just worried about paying that $8, So if I can still go now, then I think I should be fine, and then I'll get back in time.
Yeah, this is just a precursor to a global digital ID. That's all this is.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, and is
a chip in the arm.
Yeah, probably. I mean, something
like
that.
Not our generation, but I think the next one, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They'll end up putting something in your wrist or your palm when you're born.
Or your butt.
How do you scan that, though?
You sit on stuff.
Rectally? You'd have to slide your ass across.
You just walk by and it scans your
They got a
whole
scanner that
thing.
goes right through you.
It's not like a grocery store where you got to slide it across the thing, because that would stink.
Oh, just scoot your ass across the thing with a dog?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
Man, that glass
Everybody's
would
at the airport
stink.
in line. Instead of pulling out their IDs, everybody's just scooting down the line.
Yeah.
It'd be way faster.
It would.
It would be faster if it was on a slide.
Oh,
right?
Shit. Going downhill, and then
it just
everybody's
scans your
assholes on
butthole.
there.
And if yours doesn't get scanned on the way down, it just fucking catapults your ass back up to the top of the slide.
God, it would stink, though, wouldn't it? That would fucking stink.
Make the very first part of it is a bidet.
Oh, you wash off?
Right?
All right.
So now not only are we safer, but we're also cleaner.
You know what else creeps me out, too, is when we go through airports, through the security, everybody's got their shoes off. There's always like one older, like fat lady with gross bare feet. And I'm like, dude, you knew you were going to the airport today. And you didn't want to wear socks and you just wanted to walk around barefoot on the airport
I don't even want to think about this.
I do, dude.
I don't want to think
I think about it
it
every time. And then I'm like, I'm trying to not step in her fucking shit. Then you don't have a choice because you got to put your feet on the yellow and give the Hova sign.
I just can't deal with the people who are like in pajamas with a Piggly Wiggly fucking plastic bag full of all their clothes.
Oh, yeah.
2 backpacks, a blanket, 3 stuffed animals.
Well,
yeah,
Bob,
a little bunky.
Bob, what's Matt Damon say? This is a $30 million aircraft. Get the fuck out of here, man. This isn't a goddamn a city bus.
I know.
Show some fucking respect.
I always get behind one. And it's usually like an Indian woman, too. I can smell her
Families are
and smell
the
her
worst.
smell.
I don't mind that because they just smell like the food. That makes sense to me.
I don't like the smell
It
of
bothers
Indian
me.
food.
That's
Same
fine,
here,
but
man.
at least it makes sense.
But it
Like
doesn't smell good.
it isn't.
Food
They don't
smells
smell
good.
that way because they haven't showered in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I can handle weird food smells. What I can't handle is fucking offensive BO.
Like a fat Southern white man, I don't mind being behind because I can smell that brisket in their clothes. Like they've been smoking.
The musk isn't that bad. Like you've been working outside all
I
day.
can
Kind of
smell
like
it.
lawn trimmings.
Yeah, I can smell that fucking brisket, dude. Just take a nice sniff of brisket off that fat fuck. Damn, dude.
But like 8-day-old curry. Just not. I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that either.
Speaking of brisket, I was gonna make one.
Yeah.
This weekend,
For
but
tomorrow?
I'm just gonna get one from J&L, I guess.
Oh yeah, it'd be great.
Call those dicks and tell them to give me one. Not give, but like.
Well, yeah, we'll buy one.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
some
buy one
burgers.
off of them for
Yeah.
sure. Speaking of which, if you don't know, we're doing a live watch Saturday nights for UFC and the Earl Spence fights live from D'Anthony Holloway's house. We'll do it on YouTube and betting on MyBookie on that one. You want to tell the audience, MyBookie.com, promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles your first deposit up to $1,000.
And this is-
Giorgio, tell everybody who's on that card.
This is the best betting card of the year.
It is.
So many close fights, so many fights that can go either way. Me and Register right now, we're split down. Tony Ferguson.
3-1, right, on Tony Ferguson?
Bobby Green.
I'm all in on Ferguson.
Tony Ferguson.
I'm in on Ferguson.
Gaethje, Poirier.
Jan
Pereira,
Blachowicz, Alex Pereira.
Baho-
Stephen Thompson's getting back in there.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
John Anik posted. He was like, "Dude, who do you bet on this card?" And he put a thing up on his Instagram last night. It's a tough one, man.
Yeah, Michael
It's gonna be a great
Chiesa versus
night.
Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
God,
You also
Kevin
might want to get some odds on the NFL right now with the AFC. Breaking news: Joe Burrow carted off the field.
No, are you kidding? He was just about to sign a new contract.
Calf injury,
Oh.
allegedly, but it could be Achilles.
Man, I love Joey B. Joey, brrr. I don't want to see that happen. That sucks. Hopefully, it's just a calf and he can sit out preseason and he'll be fine.
He'll never be the same.
He'll be fine. Come on. You know who's always the same? Hunter Biden. That's up next. The Hunter Biden shit show continues. Hunter Biden pleaded not guilty to federal tax charges Wednesday after a plea deal he struck with the government unraveled when the judge raised questions about the terms of his agreements. The surprise development came at a hearing in federal court at which Biden had expected to plead guilty to 2 charges of failure to pay taxes under a deal he struck with the government last month. Far from signing off on a done deal, he pleaded not guilty to those charges instead until the 2 sides can meet again and address the questions posed by the U.S. District Judge Marilyn Noriega. That's a fun name, isn't it?
Why not?
Yeah, it's a K at
Close
the end
enough.
of it. Good to go. So in court, at times Noriega appeared almost upset that she believed she was being asked to act as a rubber stamp for the deal. The parties will reconvene later to hammer out the terms and provide Noriega more information, which could be within the next 6 weeks. Without me saying, I'll agree to the plea agreements. How do you plead? Not guilty, Your Honor, is what Hunter Biden said here. Was the cocaine thing real? Did somebody throw a thing of cocaine in his share? Was that a
No, that was the Babylon Bee.
Okay. Those guys get me once a month.
Yeah.
So I'm good for it. That's my one time this month. I
Yeah,
loved
this is. I don't know if you followed this case.
I did last night. So I started digging into this last night. You had an interesting thing about the aliens, and you said, don't believe this alien bullshit that's going on. This is to cover up everything else that's happening.
Yeah.
And then this happened right in the middle of this. Tell the audience what this is.
Well, it is the weirdest. This is the weirdest case in a federal court I think I've ever seen. Right. So, the Biden team and the prosecution had very different ideas about what this deal included. Right. So, stuff broke down because the deal wasn't structured correctly, but it came to a point where Noriega starts asking questions of the prosecution and of the defense about this and that, just solidifying the details of the deal. And she says, well, what about the Foreign Relations Act or whatever the fuck? Was this a violation? And if so, or she asked the prosecution if they're pursuing that, and they said maybe, or she said, if you were hypothetically pursuing that charge, would it be covered in this plea agreement? And they said no. And the Biden team said, oh, well, we're not going to sign this plea agreement then because we assumed it would include everything. Like, what do you mean everything?
Yeah.
Right? So that's why it all broke down ultimately. And I think Biden's attorney said something to the effect of, well, then we'll rip it up, the agreement, right? So then he pled guilty. But that's not the weirdest part. The weirdest part is, and there's some background on this. So the chairman of that House Ways and Means Committee, Jason Smith from Missouri, in an effort to block the plea agreement, filed documents on Tuesday of this week urging the judge to consider recent testimony to Congress by IRS whistleblowers who alleged Biden received preferential treatment, right? Like, that's the opposite of exculpatory evidence. If there was a plea agreement between the state or the government and somebody that's on trial or going on trial, the defense, then this is information that is definitely relevant to that, right? Like, hey, don't make a deal with this person. There's new evidence here that shows that what they're saying is not true. So it's relevant to bring that up. So Jason Smith filed that stuff. Now, this woman that works she's a paralegal, I guess, at Hunter Biden's law firm, Latham and Watkins. She called Tuesday morning, called the court pretending to be a Republican, right? Pretending to be essentially from Jason Smith's team, one of his staffers, saying that, oh, we were just kidding or whatever. You can pull those out of the evidence. Are you following me here?
I am.
A paralegal from Hunter Biden's defense team called the federal court pretending to be the judge's office, pretending to be from Jason Smith's office, saying, hey, we filed those IRS whistleblower things in error. We would like you to remove those.
Yeah.
So somebody needs to go to fucking prison forever for that.
Because I tried to wrap my mind around this last night, so I read everything I could on this. Now, what it seems to me is that ultimately he was trying to get out of this Burisma thing and these payments overseas, and he thought this plea deal, if he did this, would be a blanket plea deal for everything that he's done in his criminal past, and then was shocked to find out when he got there that it didn't. Now, this shit that you were talking about with the IRS whistleblower and everything else, did they not think the court was going to fact check this and that they could get away with it and be like, oh, you're so-and-so? Great. Yeah, I'll pull this out. I'm super sorry about
especially
that.
after the judge had already, so the documents get submitted into evidence by Jason Smith, Representative Jason Smith. And then the judge tells the Biden legal team, you have to respond to this and tell me why you don't want this included in the evidence, right? Or included in this particular decision. And instead, they just had a paralegal call probably from their office and pretend to be somebody else. I have no fucking clue what they were thinking. But it does, like, how brazenly somebody tries to cheat tells you how much concern they have for being caught, right?
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But this will go back to the 4th of July party where he was doing blow and all jacked up in front of his mom and all that other shit. One of the sentences in this plea agreement was that he was going to be drug tested and everything else. Well, clearly he didn't give a fuck about that either because he was out doing cocaine with his family and kids. Not obviously the one with the stripper.
Well, he's got 6 or 7 weeks now to fucking go on a bender until they reconvene. So
so maybe that was part of it, where he was like, look,
I need one last hurrah here.
I got to go on a rum springer here and fuck shit up, or I'm going to lose my shit. And so maybe that was part of this. I can't figure out any of it because if I'm the House Republicans at this point, go ahead and file the impeachment charges on all this bullshit. Like, clearly he gave money to them. They're trying to get out of this. The dad was involved in all that other shit. Then you can really open this up and really figure this out and get to the guts of all of this shit. Because right now, this bullshit that's going back and forth with these plea deals and not plea deals and everything else, we know what's happening as the public. The media knows what's happening. No one wants to really share the truth of this and say, hey, dude, he's trying to cover up for his father and everything else that might happen. Because this is the dumbest shit of all time.
Well, there's something new going on in the media, and it just started this morning. I think it was this morning. Bob, pull up my Twitter right quick. So prominent is a word that I use, I guess, tongue-in-cheek, because these people are complete shitbags. But Mehdi Hassan and David Hogg, two of the most insufferable cunts on planet Earth. Right?
The Parkland dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've made a very similar statement today about how the quote-unquote corporate media is covering shit up for the right.
Okay.
Yeah.
In what regard?
Bob, pull it up, please. Just put it on the screen. So
this is Mehdi Hassan.
Yeah, this is Mehdi Hassan. Just read what he says here. This is in reference to Hunter Biden being talked about a lot on Fox News.
Imagine if liberals or the Dems had a nationwide messaging apparatus, an actual propaganda arm which pumped out Jared Kushner's name and alleged misdeeds daily, hundreds of times. Then you start to understand the messaging imbalance in this country and how GOP gets away with so much.
Yeah.
Now, that's like you're standing outside looking up and calling the sky purple, right?
Right.
Because that ain't right. I mean, everybody knows it. I mean, what the fuck? That is next level gaslighting. And I saw that this morning. I'm like, oh, shit, that's weird. That
Yeah.
he would so brazenly say some stupid shit like that. And, you know, it's Twitter, right? So it's the outrage algorithm. You're just trying to get people pissed off.
Yeah.
So so you can get fucking impressions and shit. But if you look at the David Hogg link that I posted as well, and it's in the same, you'll see the Mehdi Hassan thing, and I just posted a link to the David Hogg one. There you go. So pull that bitch up. And this, read what David Hogg had to say. Because this one, and it's the same fucking day, right? Like none of this stuff, you've seen these local news reports and the corporate media who are just running off the same fucking talking points all the time, right? Mm-hmm. This one is one of those instances, and we caught it right at the I caught it right at the very beginning. Read what David Hogg had to say here.
If Biden did what Mitch did today, the media would be covering nonstop for the next 2 weeks. Because it's a Republican, it's like nothing ever happened. The right-wing bias of corporate media is nuts.
No, that Mitch McConnell story has been everywhere. The second it happened, he was trending #1. We talked about
Forget
it.
about that.
Oh, yeah, this will be on fake news tomorrow.
This is forest for the trees. Read the last sentence again.
The right-wing bias of corporate media is nuts.
Yeah. Now, Bob, you're a pretty moderate dude. Do you agree with that statement?
No, I sure don't.
Yeah.
I
mean, that is fucking bananas.
It's an insane
and
thing,
two of the biggest mouthpieces for the progressive left saying literally the same identical shit the same morning. Somebody had a conversation somewhere, and this is the new talking point. This is what you need to be watching out for between now and the election next year.
But with, I mean, trying to break this down here, this is the first time I'm seeing this. Besides Fox, who else is right? I don't know that I can name one. Maybe the New York Post, maybe.
Fox isn't even right. Did you see Sean Hannity talking to RFK Jr. last night? Look, I'm not a huge RFK Jr. fan. I don't know why everybody fawns over him so much. But Sean Hannity is still in the fucking middle of 2023 parroting this absolute bullshit about COVID. Still, after all this time. And you know why? Because his corporate fucking masters told him to. That's the reason Tucker Carlson's not at Fox News anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's the only reason that Hannity and some of these other guys are there. I don't trust anybody who is still currently employed at Fox News at this point.
Me neither.
For that fucking reason right there. If you haven't seen that, go on Twitter and find it. Not right now.
I haven't been back to Fox News since Tucker left.
Yeah. So it's like Hannity continued to say this shit like, oh, well, at the time we didn't really know this stuff. We fucking knew. Right? You can look at our tape. Go back to fucking March of 2020 on Drinkin' Bros. If dum-dums like us who are just fucking casually following this stuff were aware of it, you're going to tell me that the fucking scientific community wasn't? And then we have these emails from behind the scenes of Fauci and Francis Collins attacking people for diverging viewpoints and stuff like that, and then referring to themselves as the science. We fucking knew. We knew. So even the right corporate media is not right. It is left. They're all fucking leftist, globalist cunts.
Well, the other part of this is this morning, Howard Stern, who infamously said, if you're not getting the vaccine, that you should all die, you all deserve to die, and everything else, came out this morning on his show and said that it was wrong for them to lock us up in our houses for 2 years and everything. I was like,
nobody forced you to get the vaccine.
Yeah. I was like, hey, dude. You told everybody over and over again for 2 years, get the vaccine or you deserve to die. You should fucking die tomorrow. And now you have a change of heart after living in your fucking basement in the Hamptons for 3.5 years.
We also know that Pfizer knew that people were going to have myocarditis. That came out last week. We have those documents now. We also knew that they never even fucking tested to see if the vaccine prevented transmission of the virus. They didn't even test it. It's like, it's a vaccine, right?
Good to go.
Fucking just slide it on in there, bud. Let's move on with our lives. Fuck these people.
Yeah,
all
dude,
of them.
It's getting worse by the day here, but I would love to see some form of right-wing media. That'd be great. I mean, Fox is the only one that I can think of, and again, maybe the New York Post. But other than that, not one single
Why
publication.
doesn't Fox News have continuous stories about how we don't need to be in Ukraine, right?
Well, everybody who's on the fucking show, have you watched Hannity recently or anything like that?
No,
I've caught in some clips online.
I can't watch him.
They're still in agreement that we should be there.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Tucker's the only one who said, no, let's get the fuck out of there.
It's because he's an actual conservative. And all the rest of those guys are fucking, they're just there for a paycheck.
I think it's kind of like Congress and like Mitch McConnell with Hannity and those guys, where they're afraid if they leave Fox News and get out of there that they'll be forgotten. And they like that little bit of power that is still left before all of cable news dies. I really believe that. I believe the same way about Anderson Cooper as well. Because let's face it, his ratings on CNN, I think, have dropped to 600,000 at this point, which isn't one of these goddamn shows. And like, dude, it's simply, I think, to stay in the public eye and have something to be like, I'm Anderson Cooper from CNN. I'm Sean Hannity from Fox News. And I'm on every night on the television. Don't you understand? Or I'm in your nursing home or whatever it is. That's the only thing that really makes sense at this point. Because it's not to have an actual formed opinion or well-informed opinion that you want to talk about. It's talking points that those execs are giving you at this point. So Fox is feeding them, CNN is feeding them, and that's kind of it at this point. And it all seems like they're against Trump now, so there was clearly a decision at Fox News to side with somebody, because even the night Tucker got fired, he put on Ron DeSantis, who's not doing well in the polls. I think he's even fallen below Vivek now at this point.
Well, you know why Ron DeSantis is not doing well in the polls is because he's boring as shit is part of it, certainly.
Yep.
But I think the biggest part is that everybody he's aligned himself with in American politics, like all the behind-the-scenes boosters, funders, and political staffer people, they're all just like establishment Republicans. Like, what'd you think was going to happen? You didn't think we were going to fucking notice that shit?
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
The other part of this is, I don't know if you caught his statement yesterday, which is wild. He goes, yeah, I would consider putting RFK Jr. as head of the CDC. Did you see that?
No. I saw a headline about there were two positions I would have for RFK. All he's doing, that's called affinity-based marketing, right? So I'm going to break this down for you really quickly. I run a widget company, and I know that my widget, people who like football like my widget as well. Not mine specifically, but that kind of product, whatever it happens to be. So I do deals with the NFL, or I do football-related content to get them like, oh, you know what? Those two things go together. You put that in people's mind. Those two things go together. Those two things go together. That's affinity-based marketing. All he's trying to do is coattail off of the popularity of a third party. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But that people are fucking stupid, don't get me wrong, but they're not that dumb.
Yeah.
And I think the broader conservative base right now,
they were pissed at this. They were pissed at this.
They are trending back hard towards MAGA shit right now, and there's only one person to blame for it, right? Or not only one person is to blame for it, but there's only one person ultimately that is responsible for that stuff, and that's DeSantis, because he had an opportunity.
Isn't that kind of like vibes though? Because his
with a Z, are you using vibes with a Z there?
Vibes with a Z, because like his actual executive record would trend towards showing he's pretty conservative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
So that's what I'm saying. So people are like, oh, I don't think he's conservative, because they're like, I don't know, man.
You
I
know
don't
what?
Like those vibes. But
You know
I mean,
what? Somebody told me they were like, hey, if you could actually go to the state of Florida and see what he's done and what it's like there and everything else, you would have a change of heart about him. Well, unfortunately, you can't do that. And you can't ask America to hop on a bus and go to Florida and see how rad it is. I'm one of those people. Look, Florida wasn't the greatest. Whatever the fuck he's done there, every time we've gone, it's been an enjoyable experience over the last 3 fucking years, dude.
I don't give a shit.
That's all vibes, though.
Maybe
That's
it is.
all vibes.
But somebody's got to create those vibes. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care how good Florida is and what level he's responsible for that. If you are going to run your campaign in the way that George W. Bush did and everybody before him, then fuck you.
Well, he thought, I think, this is my guess, I think he thought that was a winning formula. It is clearly not in today's world. That is 20 years ago thinking, and
it might be the biggest individual political error I've ever seen, to be honest. Like the strategy of aligning yourself with all these fucking people. Fuck that, man.
And he keeps firing staff members. Like he fired a bunch yesterday.
That shit happens during campaigns. That's not that big a deal.
Well, reposting a fucking Nazi video on Twitter, like, dude, no, you're all. I mean, know what's going on here.
Well, I mean, so now that he's hooked up with establishment staffers in the old Bush admin and stuff, half of those staffers are just some fucking retard nephew of a senator or something like that. So people like that get fired all the time. It's not that big a deal. I wouldn't read too much into that, but it is. He's running. It isn't that he's running an incompetent campaign. That's what the messaging seems to be from media right now, that he's running an incompetent campaign, and that having to fire staffers is an example of him running an incompetent campaign. But the reality is that he's full of shit, right? Like he says he purports to be one person, and then behind the scenes he's somebody else. That is the one thing that people will not tolerate. It's why they like fucking Clinton, because Clinton was a scumbag right out in the open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he was authentic.
He was a scumbag right out in the open. That's why people liked Trump as well.
Yep.
I mean, that's one of the reasons, is because
both were equally magnetic, and it was just like, hey, what you see is what you get. We're right here in front of your face.
Yeah, and then you can't, in the age of social media and constant political analysis from all directions, you cannot be inauthentic and expect to succeed. And I think there's a good chance DeSantis' like federal aspirations are done forever.
Might be.
Because I wouldn't ever, from my perspective, I probably would never vote for him for president at this point.
We'll see. I mean, look, if he gets bounced out of this race, and let's say it is Trump as the nominee, he'll have 4 years to figure it out, because, he would only have one term. So
4 years to what? Give back all the money to the Koch brothers?
Maybe. Who knows?
Because if he's not willing to do that.
One of them's dead. One of them's dead.
Well, Koch industry is still a thing.
Oh, it is. Okay.
And Americans for Prosperity, their super PAC, is still a thing. That's where he's getting money from, a lot of money from. Like it.
What if he gave it all to Jason Aldean? And he said, try that stuff in a small
maybe
town.
he can regrow his hair. I don't know.
Bob, one of our listeners just sent in a video of Joe Burrow from the field. I just texted it to you. This one came in from Phil C's. Phil C's, by the way, every event we've ever had with Drinkin' Bros, live events, blacks out.
He's a liability.
Sure is.
He really is. We've made reference to a dude that fell asleep outside the stadium. It's
Phil C's.
Just his legs hanging out of the bushes, basically.
The cops woke him up the next day outside the stadium
for the
Marlins game.
It's because you're Drinkin' Bros, the cops don't really fuck with you.
He was on a boat an hour and a half later in Miami, too, dude, in the same outfit after throwing up everywhere. Let's see this video. I haven't seen it, by the way.
I mean, it's from 1,000 feet away.
Yeah.
And it just shows him getting on a cart.
Kind of limping a little bit. I think there's a video of the play.
Of the play itself? Because this would be a massive story if this happens. Hopefully it's just a strained calf and he can come back in a few weeks here.
Well, it's a contact sport. Here's the play.
They just pulled up a little lane there. That kind of looks like an Achilles.
Ooh, what do you think, Bob?
But if it was an Achilles,
where's he grabbing? It's far away. The monitor's far away. I can't see.
No.
He diagnosed it right now, live on air. You're fucking doctors.
It looks like me playing softball.
No, go back. Did he grab his toe?
Did he grab his toe, or did he grab his? Let's really break this down today. Give me a lab coat.
No toe.
Calf. Okay.
That's just me running the first base.
Yeah, small calf.
If he reaches down and grabs his toe, it could be a cramp, or more likely it's an Achilles.
Calf.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But he didn't do that, so
okay.
He grabbed the side of his calf. It's probably just a strain.
Emoji prayers up for Burrow. I like Joe Burrow.
Speaking of football, you know the Jets are going to sign fucking Dalvin Cook, right?
No, I can't wait.
That's why fucking Rodgers restructured his deal.
It's the first thing I saw.
They're going to re-sign him probably in the next day or two.
No, it's awesome. Going to be a fun storyline, especially for Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
They're shooting Hard Knocks as we speak. Fuck you. Let's go.
I like that. Let's go fucking
same.
Get after it.
We're 6 days away. The first game is next week, preseason game. And yes, I bet on it every year, and it's the under. I always take the under every single year in the preseason game. Our next sponsor is Manscaped.com. You're going to get 20% off there with the promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkout and free shipping there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to unleash the beach beast within you this summer. Manscaped is here to help you level up your beach game with their new Beard Hedger Pro Kits. They're going past waist deep in the grooming game and diving in head first into your facial hair fantasies. The Beard Hedger is a game changer, allowing you to shape your beard like a true beach babe. So this summer, let the beach balls bounce and turn heads all over the place. Visit manscaped.com. Use the promo code DrinkinBros for 20% off plus free shipping. That Beard Pro Hedger kit, dude, is it's pretty rad. Everybody says I can't grow a fucking beard, so I can't lie to you and say that I own it.
You can use it to shave up your eyebrows a little bit.
You think so?
Yeah.
These are thick, dude. So is my stash when it comes in. I usually go when I'm at the fucking barber. I'll tell him to give it a little trim on the eyebrows. Maybe I'll have to get this. So this is one of those things where you're getting rid of all those fucking, what are the clip-ons, dude, that go on all those settings? Like, you've usually got like 20 clip-ons on your goddamn trimmers, everything else. You don't need it anymore. It's already built in there. So you can forget about leaving a drawer full of shit around. I'm trying to figure out, oh man, I need 2, I need 3, I need 4. Fuck all that.
I do a high fade on my dick and balls.
Do you?
Oh yeah, big time.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time down there.
I just take it off. I take the clipper off and I go twice a year. Twice a year I go full bald, dude.
My skin's too sensitive for that.
Is it?
Yep.
No, I put a little lotion on it, and they got some for you here. They got the beard shampoo, they got the conditioner, beard oil, beard balm, which is a pomade that you can shape your beard, style it, moisturize it, all the fun things. Plus, you're getting 3 free gifts with the Pro Beard Kit. Fucking Mitch McConnell out here. The beard brush, a comb, scissors, and those are the 3 gifts. And that'll ensure that your beard is ready to impress. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code DrinkinBros at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. And use the promo code DrinkinBros. Manscaped's Beard Hedger. 1 stroke, 1 guard, 20 links. Look at you, dude. 1 guard, that's it. You don't need the fucking other goddamn shits lying around, dude. Next up, more SBF charges dropped. This one shocked my mind this morning when I read this.
Why? You knew nothing was happening to that dude.
This is fucking insane.
This is the same as Ghislaine Maxwell, right?
Yes, dude.
Because while she got convicted, nobody on the Epstein client list we don't even know who they are.
Nope.
Right? So those people are intrinsically connected to politicians, just like SBF is. I mean, this is the inevitable outcome.
I didn't think this one, though. I'll tell you why. Prost just got sentenced. I think he's going to get 20 years or something, 20, 25 years for giving Obama $20 million. I don't understand. He gave Sam Bankman-Fried, he gave it was $100 million. He
Correct.
Gave $100 million.
Yep.
Prost gave 20. This guy gave $100 million to the Democratic Party.
Well, what's even dumber is the reason they dropped the case.
What was it?
So Bankman-Fried, who has, as you said, given $100 million to Democratic politicians and causes, including Biden, by the way, he's still going to be charged with 7 counts of wire fraud, securities fraud, and money laundering. But this charge of campaign finance violation is being dropped. And according to Breitbart, the reason is the Bahamas submitted a filing. Submitted a filing to the New York federal judge who's in charge of this, Lewis Kaplan, that dropped allegations of campaign finance fraud, which the DOJ has agreed to as part of the extradition, right? So the government has been informed, this is a quote, the government has been informed that the Bahamas notified the United States earlier today that the Bahamas did not intend to extradite the defendant on the campaign contributions count. This is a letter from the DOJ. Accordingly, in keeping with the treaty obligations to the Bahamas, the government does not intend to proceed to trial on the campaign contributions account. The fucking Bahamas?
Yeah.
Fuck the Bahamas, dude. We should have, let's nuke that fucking place.
I love the Bahamas.
No.
I just think we should have stolen it.
So what are they going to do? Come back to the U.S. and fucking take him back from us? Fuck these guys.
I don't I don't know what's going to happen. This is where he was.
This
right?
is the flimsiest excuse I've ever fucking heard
It's
for
so
dropping
insane, dude. It's just Joe Biden alone, he gave $5.4 million to, and we're all good. $100 million total to the party itself.
Yeah,
and he used it through a Ponzi scheme with a fucking fake crypto and coins and all that other bullshit. And that's it. We're just going to look the other way. So is he getting charged for anything else, or is this done?
No, he's getting charged for wire fraud and three, I think 6 total charges, but 3 different.
But this is the most serious one. I mean, this was $100 million that was funneled in to Democratic politicians.
The most serious charge is taking because he ran an exchange. So he took investors or people who had stored money on that and then used it in another place and backed it up with a currency that basically he invented. That's the biggest charge. I thought that most of the donations were up and above board, from my understanding.
No. Sure weren't. They were all coming from this fucking account or the one that the chick was running. Who was the turtle girl?
Alameda.
Yeah, that's. I still haven't seen that sex tape, which I want to.
They were laundering money and then giving the money to. So if you give, even if the contribution itself is technically legal, if the funds were. If you come about the funds in a legal way, then it makes the entire process illegal, right?
Oh, okay.
So
I wasn't factoring.
So essentially, the Department of Justice said, "Oh, we don't want to fucking deal with the legal consequences from the Bahamas, so we're going to let this guy off with a charge that implicates a bunch of federal politicians."
Yeah,
right. Which is a little suspicious. And by the way, this comes just one day after federal prosecutors requested he be taken off house arrest and remanded back into federal custody for witness tampering. Because he has been trying to bribe fucking witnesses.
Yeah.
So instead, the judge in the trial, this fucking ass clown judge, just issued a gag order. It's like, hey, quit it, just quit it. Hey, stop doing that. I know you've defrauded people of $8 billion, and I know you fled to the Bahamas. Right,
and live with your parents.
Yeah, and I know that you have been witness tampering, which is a fucking federal crime as well.
Mm-hmm.
But quit it. Better quit it.
Stop it.
I wonder, did he say it super gay like that, or I don't know.
You better stop.
Lewis Kaplan, you're a fucking clown.
You better stop it.
But the story here is that if you're Joe Biden or his family or someone who donates to his campaign, you can defraud people of billions of dollars. You can smoke crack and throw guns into dumpsters, right, as you're banging Russian prostitutes. You can sell out your country for money, and not a goddamn thing will happen to you.
Nope.
Not one fucking thing. You might be embarrassed publicly a little bit, but at the end of the day, you'll be just fine.
You'll be fine. And that's exactly what I thought when I read this, and I was like, what the fuck are we doing anymore? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
We just don't give a shit. And that'll go back to the Ghislaine thing. I was thinking the same thing, too, with the Ghislaine thing, where I was just like, all right, cool. She's arrested, and then we still don't know anything or any of these fucking pedophiles who were fucking these kids for years and years and years. And magically that's gone. So if you're on the side that controls all the shit, you're good.
It would be like if Ray Donovan got arrested and they found his little black book and his expense book for all the illegal fixing he had done.
Yeah.
And text messages between him and his client saying, hey, I need you to do this illegal thing. And he's like, sure, I'll do it. And they arrest Ray Donovan, prosecute him, put him in jail, and don't talk to anybody else. Right?
It's the weirdest shit of all time, man. And even this little fucking Gollum, would you see him walking out of court after this? He was laughing his ass off. When they were leading him out of court, he was smiling and laughing at the media, dude. I've never seen anything like it.
He'll never see the inside of a prison.
You got to give him something, right?
Nope.
You don't think like a year?
No.
That's crazy to me.
He'll get some kind of probation at the end of this.
Jesus
and
Christ.
Time served on house arrest.
Because the other fucked up thing about this, on the other side of it, is all these celebrities are still being sued.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not going anywhere. Tom Brady, all those guys, Giselle, Larry David, everybody else. This is all from this FTX bullshit. If the guy himself ends up getting off scot-free out of all this shit, and mind you, he still has billions of dollars stashed somewhere that they can't find, allegedly, wink, or they're just letting him keep it so he doesn't give up all the contacts of all the politicians who he donated to. He's going to be fine the rest of his life if he doesn't go to jail.
Remember that scene at the end of Lord of War, the movie, where Ethan Hawke and Nick Cage are in the room together? He's being interrogated. He goes, enjoy this while you can, because in a minute your boss's boss's boss is going to come in here and fucking cut me loose, because as distasteful as you find what I do, they find it necessary, and they're going to fucking let me out of here.
Yep.
And that's exactly what the fuck's happening right here.
Yeah. 100%, man. It's just wild to see in real time where you're like, what are we doing? What are we doing with all this fucking shit? The only thing that you can really believe in out there, if you're looking for something to believe in, is AdamandEve.com, Bob. AdamandEve.com is the only thing you can believe in. Sex toys for the masses. 50% off. Get one item for 50% off and free shipping, okay? So choose wisely. It is a cornucopia of just fuck toys across the board over there at AdamandEve.com, Bob. I know you're on there late at night all the time looking up some fun stuff for you and the missus, or in case she dies in a fiery crash or some type of hand gliding accidents. Is that what you're looking at there? Is that the swing? Pop that up.
I'm going with the swing today.
Well, can we show that?
Yeah, it's not showing anything. Just a man's nipples.
Oh, all right. So that is a man. It kind of looks like Randy Couture.
Yeah. Now, this
I love
is
Randy,
what,
by the way. I love Randy. Shout out Randy.
I am going to probably purchase if and when Ariana Grande becomes a listener of the Softcore History podcast.
Yep. Which is going to be any second now.
Yeah.
So you're
because it's
in
been well
on
established
this.
that I'm more than attractive enough to sleep with Ariana Grande.
Yes.
Just objectively.
Yes. Now that she's dating the guy she's dating, we've confirmed that. Now, Bob, let me ask you this. Pop this pick up one more time. So a man sits in this, and then what happens? A woman gets on top of you?
You know, there's a lot of different things you can do.
Are we talking about cowboy, reverse cowboy?
I mean, the only limitation is your creativity.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this guy's obviously gay, which is why I'm going cowboy on this.
But I mean, she can get
cowgirl.
in it as well. But obviously, I'll be sitting. I'm going to sub for Ari.
Well, for now, right? Because you got to test it out and obviously check the weight limits and all that other stuff.
I think it's weight for 3.
I don't know, man.
Does it have a weight limit on it?
Yeah, does it say how much it'll hold? Pop that swing
up.
up.
400 pounds is the weight limit.
Wow, that's not a lot for the Midwest.
It's me and 2 women.
That's like one person in Wisconsin. You can't even. You might be able to buy that just to jack off.
It's
on.
not just one, but it's definitely not 2.
No, you just named like 3/4 the stadium at Lambeau Field right there, checking in at 400. But yeah, pop that thing up one more time, Bob. Let's see what the setup of that looks like.
Comfy
you don't have to show
leather?
the dude over and over again. Yeah, is that leather there?
See, this is for setup. If you don't have a cross support beam in your home, you can then set this up, and you can still get all the swing action that you love.
That's very nice. Very nice.
It looks like a fucking baby jumper.
Yeah,
to be
so
honest.
I was about to say,
Little baby Bjorn?
this reminds me of my kids' pack and play.
Yeah.
You can set up anywhere in less than 10 minutes. Disassembles for easy storage. I mean, this is
that what it says?
Yeah, I mean,
Beautiful.
This is just for the BDSM couple on the go, really.
Yeah. Does it come with a backpack too? Like, what do you pack in that thing?
Well, I mean,
is it kind of like heading to the beach?
These guys are on a road trip right now, so they probably have something like this in the car.
Shit, yeah. We got a lovely couple here in the studio. This is, by the way, before you walked in, this is like 5 days in a row we've had really attractive couples that have come in and watched the show.
weird.
It's we love it, but it's just rare.
Just get them one of those ghost bed.
Yeah, do you guys have one of these that you pack for travel, like on the travel pack? Travel pack. I get it. I understand it. If you're an adventurous
specific travel lube
couple on the go,
okay.
Is it? Yeah, travel lube. You know, you try new things on the go. But right now, so like that swing, which is a very nice swing, and again, it's got leather in there, harnesses for the feet. Which is very comfortable barefoot, obviously, because you want to.
Unfortunately, the boots
get
are
a good
sold
grip.
separately.
the boots are sold.
I don't understand why Adam and Eve doesn't have an OnlyFans channel where they just have people create content using all of these toys
I don't either,
as
man.
an advertisement.
I don't either.
Or something, right? That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But all of our listeners love it, and they're racking up the deals over at AdamandEve.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros gets you 50% off of one item and free shipping. That's a great one, Bob.
Bob, did you find this like last night or something? Getting ready for this ad read?
Who knows, dude?
Certainly you didn't just stumble upon this.
You just go into swing. Look, Adam and Eve has a really
I don't
intuitive
know.
website. All right, so it's whatever I'm thinking. It's almost like it serves it to me immediately.
AI. It's a little bit of AI there.
Maybe.
I like it. I like it. Next up, Marines have been found dead, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's weird.
3 young U.S. Marines who were found dead in a car at a gas station near Camp Lejeune in North Carolina died from carbon monoxide poisoning, authorities said. Officials also revealed that the missing person call that led to the tragic discovery on Sunday morning came from the worried mom of one of the dead soldiers.
Who wrote this?
That's weird.
TheMessenger.com. Hey, Marines aren't soldiers, The Messenger. You fucking dummies.
Yeah.
God damn it. Get something fucking right once in your life, you fucking chud.
Yeesh.
Let me look up the person's name who wrote this goddamn thing. Because I just
Go ahead, and I'll read the rest of it.
James Laporta. Fuck you, James.
James doesn't know.
Useless.
James doesn't know. Pender County Sheriff's Office got the call shortly before 8:30 a.m. with the woman reporting that her Marine son never showed up to his scheduled flight to Oklahoma the night before. The sheriff's office later found the three in a 4-door sedan in the parking lot of a Speedway convenience store in Hampstead, with all three dead. Man, this is a weird story. Usually that Speedway is obviously you and I lived in North Carolina for a long time. Speedways are usually open 24 hours. Would you not notice a vehicle running and then people dying inside of it? Does this story make any sense to you?
No, it doesn't. So
because the Speedway is just a typical gas station. It's, you know, it's like a Scotchman.
Yeah, so he said there's nothing to believe it was foul play. That's what the sergeant from the Pender County Sheriff's Department said. And that at the time they were waiting for an autopsy report. It came back and suggested that it was carbon monoxide. I mean, I guess I don't know. I'm trying to replay this in my head and kind of figure out how it might have happened. Right, like you're driving down the road and everybody all of a sudden gets sleepy because there's a slow but persistent carbon monoxide leak into the vehicle, and then you pull over. But like that, there's some amount of time that, and like. What kind of Marines pull over like, hey, we're all sleepy. Let's fucking leave the car on and go to sleep. Nobody like, they didn't pass out. And it's the middle of the day, by the way. It was like 8:30 in the fucking morning. They didn't pass out while they were driving and run into something. They were stationary at a gas station. I don't know. It's very bizarre to me.
It is, because I was trying to think through this too. Like, if you're pulling over on the side of the road or whatever it is, right? Why stay in your car at that point? Like, get an Uber or go somewhere else. The other thing too is like getting carbon monoxide poisoning. Unless you put a hose into your window, I mean, is it possible to?
Oh yeah, it happens. Happens
a lot in winter.
It's not common, but it does happen. Like maybe I think I read that it happens like 400 people a year die from carbon monoxide poisoning in total, right? Mm-hmm. Which I'm sure some of those are on purpose. Some of them are just stupid. With your car on in the garage with the door closed or something, but it didn't say how many were accidental or not, so who knows.
But being outdoors at a Speedway, the other part of this is Marines, right? Healthy Marines, and not one of them was able to get out of the vehicle and say, shit, it smells like carbon monoxide or something like that. This story is very, very fucking odd.
By the way, I was wrong about the person's name. That was from a different article, and they've corrected it by now, but it was George Fitz-Gibbon from the New York Post who made that mistake. Okay. But at any rate, yeah, this is really weird. When I first heard about it before the autopsy report came back, all I could think of was they were cruising around doing bumps of coke and everybody got fentanyl at the same time.
Yeah.
But that would have been obvious as soon as you walked up to the car.
Correct.
There would have been vomit and bile and shit like that. And I don't think carbon monoxide poisoning works that way.
No, it doesn't. And it takes a long time. So that's the other strange part about this.
I mean, it would, but not if it's in a confined space. If there's no outflow of air and it's only carbon monoxide being pumped in through some kind of thing like that or through a leak like that, maybe, man. I mean, you're in a confined space, and then the more you breathe, the less actual air there is and the more of that bullshit there is. So it could happen relatively quickly. But this is, again, I'm trying to picture, like, maybe they were parked at the gas station to take a nap because it was 8:30 in the morning. So maybe that's when the police call came in. So maybe they were sleeping overnight or something but who the fuck pulls over in a gas station in a car, leaves the car on running all night and goes to sleep? You know what
I mean, you're trying to think about it. It's the summer, it's hot. Maybe you want the AC on, but why at a gas station? And why did nobody come out from inside the gas station and be like, hey, why is there a running vehicle with 3 people sleeping in it in the parking lot?
It's very bizarre.
Yeah, it's very odd. I'd be curious to see what this ends up being, or I mean, if it is this, then shit. I mean, it's super unfortunate, but it doesn't. Something seems off with this one. Next up, San Francisco. Come for the human shit. Stay for the shootings. A naked woman in California was arrested on Tuesday after officials say that she began firing her gun at cars near the San Francisco Bay Bridge. I saw this video.
I don't know if we
It's
can play the
awesome.
video because she's naked the whole time.
Well, I saw her ass in the video.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I don't know that there's a blurred version, but
Is there a blurred version?
Blurred version, but
Homegirl's just walking down the fucking highway.
Well,
dude.
yeah,
It's
so
just blasting. rounds.
She started officials with CHP with chips. Eric Estrada doesn't like us anymore.
I don't know if it's him or his publicist. I
Yeah,
can't tell. She
well,
sounded pretty left.
Either way, fuck her. CHP said the agency began receiving calls about a reckless driver around 4:40 p.m. The same caller later said that the woman got out of her car while still clothed and began yelling at other drivers. So she was in a vehicle, gets out, parks, pulls over. This is on the Bay Bridge, by the way. So the bridge between Oakland and San Francisco.
It's big.
I can't tell which lane she's in, if it's east or westbound, like going towards the city or away from the city. But it is big. It's a long ass bridge. It's like a mile and a half. I think it's one of the longer bridges.
6
in
or
the
7
country.
lanes.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like a mile and a half long. I used to drive across it every day. So she gets out of her car initially, and then yelling at people, having an episode or whatever the fuck. And then she gets into her car, gets back out, and now she's completely naked with a gun.
Yep. And starts firing at people's cars and into the sky.
I really want to show the video because literally she's walking around screaming, and then a couple of cars will go by, and she like fucking aims at them and starts shooting at the cars. Incredible. Nobody got killed by this, to be honest. But if I had seen that on the highway, I would have definitely driven over her.
Same here, man.
Just run her over.
Pork her.
I
mean, with the car, you know?
Yeah,
Pork her right in the ass with the...
No.
Sorry, man. I should probably...
He's doing it again.
Just pork that bitch.
But yeah,
Sorry.
I think it would have been appropriate to drive over her. She finally ran out of ammo, and then initially, of course, refused to be taken into custody and was eventually, I don't know if she got tased or anything, but.
Can we show it, Bob? What do we got? What do you think?
Definitely not that video. Oh, here. Yeah, it's a
because you only see her ass. I never saw her.
No, you see big floppy titties.
I didn't see her titties in the video that I saw.
I've been scrubbing it slow.
I know you have.
I mean, here's
I
the censored one, but it's like full body censored.
Okay, that's fine. Show that one then. All right, let's see. Let's give that some volume.
Oh, shit. Holy shit. He is shooting.
So misgendered too.
Yeah, misgendered.
This guy
San
belongs
Fran.
in prison.
Holy shit, dude.
Now watch this. She's going to stop and start shooting at people.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Fuck that. It's a lady.
Whoa.
Holy
like immediately
shit,
drive
dude.
right into her.
Bro. I know. That's what I don't understand.
Save people.
Drive over her.
At least I think she's ran.
California's fucked.
She ran out.
She ran out?
Yeah, the gun's.
Holy shit, dude.
She's getting her steps in though.
Yeah, she sure is, dude. Is she wearing a fuel band, a Nike fuel band?
No, she's a Fitbit gal.
What?
Smart.
Did these people want? Look at this. Hold on. Now, what do you want here? It says right there on that billboard.
Yep.
Wild Sides welcome.
I didn't notice that.
And
That's great.
I'm sorry. Oh, is it too wild?
Yeah. Is that too wild for you?
Why don't you put another couple words on your billboard? Then?
You want me to be wilder? I'll be wilder.
So
her form was good though. Is that weird? Like
she didn't look bad shooting the gun.
It was better than the McCloskey woman.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well,
McCloskey.
That's not a high bar. I'm still not
McCloskey?
100% sure that those weren't your parents, Bob. Frankly, I think.
Yeah, we don't know. We never got an answer on that, Bob.
That's just my godparents.
Okay.
I mean, they're in the same profession as your mom, same city.
Yeah.
You fucking kidding me?
I mean,
tell me that's not your real
Same
parents.
profession as mom and dad. Same
Hey, they
city,
look
yeah.
like they hated black people too. So
Well,
like, you know.
Not hated. They love their slaves.
Yeah, they love their slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else is going to work? But they did free them. They did free the slaves.
Eventually.
Merch store, by the way. Everybody's been asking about the new merch store. What do we got there?
Clothes and stuff.
What's you had a fun shirt on the other day. I was like, is that one of ours?
Florida Man. Yeah, it's not back up on the site yet. We started off with a limited offering, and you notice if you've
no, you had a red, white, and blue Drinkin' Bros one.
Defund Politicians one.
No,
Which
it
one?
was the mug.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was in the Bro Box this month. Yeah.
Okay.
Which, by the way, was a little on the low side. this month, but it's because we had to rush orders out, and it's also the reason that your shipping got delayed a little bit because we were mapping a bunch of data from the old site onto the new one to make sure nobody's shit got fucked up.
Gotcha.
Right, sizes,
Yeah.
your the accounts that get charged and all that bullshit to make sure you didn't get double tapped or anything. So that'll be improving as time goes on. But right now, I think we just have shirts and a couple of hats on there.
Okay.
We started off slow so we can migrate the rest over, but we're going to start pretty rapidly increasing the offerings over there. Double-walled mugs and glasses, shot glasses, towels, shit like that. Whatever you guys want, actually. We'll send out some emails here pretty soon so that you can respond to that'll have a little survey inside them, like what kind of products do you want to see and shit, because this is ultimately for you guys. I don't give a shit about merch.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't pay for T-shirts. That's nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
And I wear them every day, so that's nice.
Same
But
here.
it's really just for you guys to.
And drinkinbros.com will just redirect you to the site.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah.
If you go to drinkinbros.com and it doesn't immediately or automatically rather direct you to 9line's site, then you can clear your cache and shit like that because it's a new redirect. Maybe it depends on how long that database takes to replicate to the DNS servers and stuff. It's technical. Or you can just go to 9line's site and search for Drinkin' Bros.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. Now is the point of the show we get to the Drinkin' Bro of the Week. We love seeing your beautiful, smiling faces. So come down. Come on in studio. You can booze your face off with Hard AF Seltzer and give out your Drinkin' Bro of the Week live on air. Now, earlier I mentioned we had a very attractive couple come in today. And look at you guys. Come on up, sir. You can sit in D'Anthony Holloway's chair there and put that mic about an inch from your face. But beautiful, man. I mean, you look like you stepped off the cover of a Men's Health magazine, for Christ's sakes here. Look at you. Put that mic about an inch from your face there. There you go. Look at you, sir. Fucking specimen.
Thank you, Ross.
Appreciate
that.
What do you do?
Currently unemployed.
Okay. Well, what did you do?
Happily unemployed. Resigned from law enforcement 10 days ago.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Shit. Where at?
I won't say exactly where, but it was a large agency in Los Angeles. I think people can.
We can definitely do that. What was the reason for leaving? I live there. That's why I'm laughing. Where I'm like, there's probably a million why you fucking got out of there. But tell everybody why you left.
Definitely a lot of reasons. Don't want to speak bad against the agency. I loved it. Had a great time. Had a lot of really great experiences. People are great. Shout out to my old unit. You guys know who you are. A lot of respect for you guys. They're doing some great work out there. But it was time for a change for myself.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. It's gone to shit. Like the whole fucking city is gone to hell. I lived there for 15 years. We're friends with a ton of people that worked alongside you, I should say. And they all had the same story where they were like, it just got to a point where it wasn't, by the way, it wasn't anybody in the same units you guys were working in. It was the policies that they kept enforcing and then defunding and all the other bullshit that went along with it. That you guys couldn't do your jobs anymore, and it was unsafe at a certain point. So I don't blame you for getting the fuck out of there. What are you hoping to do now that you're out?
I'm actually on my way to Charleston, South Carolina with my fiance. I'm going to be headed to law school.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
What was the final jump there where you were like, hey, I'm going to hop into law school? Because law school is what, 3 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the final jump? Something you always wanted to do and that you just never got a chance to? Or you were just fed up with LA and you were like, you know what? Anything but here in Charleston seems great. So let's do that.
Yeah, definitely not something I always wanted to do, but have you ever met an unsuccessful lawyer?
No.
There you go.
No, I have not, unfortunately.
Right there, yeah.
I know. You guys are all fucking rich.
Give me a few years, yeah.
God damn, dude. I just paid an invoice last night to another one. We've got like, I don't know, 4 here that work for us, and it's just like, I paid another invoice last night, and I was like, every fucking check I stroke to those guys, I'm like, God damn, I'm doing life wrong.
Well, with all the things you guys say, you probably should hire a couple more.
We've got a lot. We've got a fucking team here, and they're all in various states and cities, too. I'm not kidding. So we'll probably need one down in Charleston. You going to stick around there, you think?
I don't know. Just see where the road takes us. My fiance is originally from the East Coast, so
okay,
she got family up and down the coast, so we'll see.
It's beautiful down there. I mean, shit. because look, you're gonna miss the weather in LA, but Charleston is rad. It's great. Humidities, you'll get used to it after a little bit, but other than that, man, great food. Love to party there. People are great, and they've got really cool houses. Have you noticed that? Have you driven around there?
I was only there for a weekend, but yeah, it seemed like a lot of history. Everything seemed.
Well, they called that particular build the Charleston and other places because they're trying to replicate what it looks like. That's how rad those houses are. So it's fun, man. Every time I go there, it's a blast. Folly Beach is a blast. Shout out to I think it's Taco Boy down there in Folly Beach. You'll get to do all the fun stuff pretty soon. So it's great. So are you guys traveling cross country then?
Yeah, that's right. So we're on a road trip right now from LA. And I actually dragged my fiance a few hundred miles out of the way to come here today.
No fucking shit.
Yeah.
Put the camera on her back there. Look at her. Can we? There it is.
Hi, y'all.
Both you guys are like the two most beautiful people there is. What the fuck?
Thank y'all for having us.
Absolutely.
We're very excited to be here.
How's the hard AF seltzer?
I mean, I've had 6, so incredible. Incredible.
Are you 6 deep?
Yeah, 6 deep.
I love it. You seem pretty good for 6 deep.
Blue raspberry is the best. I can confirm.
The blue raz is great. Big fan.
Love y'all.
Thanks for being here. We greatly appreciate it. Sorry that he dragged you down here, but I hope it was worth it for the day. Austin's not a bad town to go and party into for the night if you guys are here. So
originally our plan was we're going to come back in September for a wedding. So I was like, all right, we'll do this then. But we were visiting some friends in Tulsa on the drive, and we're like, you know what? We got the time. Why not?
Why not?
I got to get down there at some point. So
head on out to J&L Barbecue or some of the bars down there. It's a blast. Austin's fun. The heat's crazy here, though. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's nuts. It's intense out there. But once you're inside, Austin's got all the cool, fun things, so I hope you enjoy it while you're here. Who would you like to give the Drinking Bro of the Week to?
Well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Just a quick thanks to my friend Tanner for showing me the show and getting me involved. It's been a few years now. So
awesome.
Yeah, constant entertainment with you guys, so thank you. Made the road trip a lot easier. But I'm going to do the stereotypical dad Drinker Bro of the Week.
That's fine.
Definitely, yeah.
That's fine.
Not around anymore. Let's say that right off the bat. But amazing man, amazing father, amazing friend to those who knew him. And could be more thankful to have him as my dad. But, yeah, that's my Drinker Bro.
You're on the adventure for your
You're on the adventure for your dad right now.
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome. Did he pass away recently?
2017.
Ah, shit. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she missed him by about 3 weeks, which sucks. But she said that because his motto was "It's all about the adventure." So
yeah,
I think be proud.
And it is.
Yeah.
And you're here, and you're going to Charleston, and you're out of the shit out there. So you might have saved your life without even knowing it. To be honest with you, I did not ask you for your name because I didn't know if you wanted to give it or not. So
my first name is Mason.
Okay, great.
I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
I'll leave it at that. But we had chatted earlier, and I was like, man, I don't know if you want to say your name or not, but we'll just go with Mason.
What a handsome man's name.
I know. Jesus
Thank
Christ.
you. Is that Rob?
And his voice too. I mean, it's not as great as mine, but it's good. He's got a good voice. Obviously, to achieve something like this, it's God given. There's nothing I can do about that. Obviously, through him, everything's possible. But it's close. You got a good voice, my man.
Thank you. Yeah.
And you're fucking jacked and ripped and all that shit. Luckily, my wife's gone. Christ, man. Yeah.
I saw her.
Your fiance is like, can you tamp it down? I don't want him to get a huge head.
Well, she actually introduced herself on the way in. So
she did?
I didn't know if you saw that or not.
Yeah, but then she left after that. Christ. Now I got to compete with you tonight?
I'm kidding. No, she did not.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm kidding. Either way, man, we appreciate you guys being here. It's been great. Enjoy your trip and enjoy the adventure, as your father would say, and feel free to take some Hard AF seltzers with you. And again, if you're in the Austin area, pop on in, give out your Drinkin' Bro of the Week live on air. It's great to meet you guys. You guys built this place. That's why we keep the doors open and the booze stocked full. So pop on in, grab some Hard AF seltzers, and party with us. As always, go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good.